if f of x equals this equation here, g of x equals 3x, and h of x equals x plus 1, what is f of g of h? Now remember, another way you can write this is f of g of h of x, just like that. So those mean the same things. Now, I think the easiest way of doing this is write this vertically, and so I'll start with my f. F is the equation x squared plus 2x minus 1. G is the equation, it's the second one, so it goes 3x, it goes second. And now h, right underneath, as x plus 1. Now, as we solve, we're going to always work vertically up. So I'm going to take this equation here and substitute it straight up. And so when I do that, I would have 3 times x plus 1, which when you distribute would be 3x plus 3. Now, what do we do with that 3x plus 3? We take this and we distribute here, or we substitute here and here. So there's 2 places this will go in. So this value would equal 3x plus 3 quantity squared plus 2 times 3x plus 3 minus 1. Now I'm going to rewrite this. I'm going to take this down here and solve it from here. So whenever you have a parentheses squared, that just means it's the parenthesis times itself. So I'm going to rewrite it twice, 3x plus 3 times 3x plus 3. Here I'll distribute as I rewrite this. This would be 6x plus 6 minus 1. Now we need to FOIL this out here. 3x times 3x. All I'm doing is FOILing. That gives me 9x squared. 3x times 3 is 9x. 3x times 3x is another 9x. 3x times 3 is 9. Now I have a plus 6x. And I'm going to combine these two here to give me plus 5. When I simplify, I only have the 9x squared. And then I have a 9x, another 9x, and also a 6x. That's 18x, that's 24x. Which in this case, we should have the answer of D. And now, just to make sure, let's combine our last term here. I have a 9 and a 5. That's a 14. This would be my answer here. Could you check in the calculator? You bet. What we're going to do is we're going to graph these vertically, just like that, just as I wrote them here. So I'm going to go to New Document. I'm not going to save. I'm going to go to Graph. The first equation was x squared plus 2x minus 1. The second equation was 3x. And the third equation was x plus 1. Now that I have all 3 of them graphed, you would write F1, because I've listed these as F1, F2, and F3. So you do F1, parentheses F2, parentheses F3, and then put the x. Now that fourth equation should be the answer. Now, just to make it easier to see, what I'm going to do is take off the other 3 graphs. And so I should only be left with the fourth graph. Now we think we found our answer, so let's try it. I'm going to type in now as another equation. I'm sorry. Okay, we thought the equation was 9x squared plus, was it 24x plus 14. And graph it, notice how these 2 equations are directly on top of each other.